Alright, welcome back. We are playing Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden. This is episode 3. I would like to remind everyone that the music is broken, so I am just taking guesses as to what the music should actually be. Alright, this guy's poisoned. I should heal him. Tobacco, yep. Diabetes. Back to healthy. And then they'll each get an echo cooler. I think there's a boss fight coming up soon. I should probably save again. Nope, not saying all that again. Alright, I intend to tell a story today, but I don't want to interrupt what's going on, and some interesting things are about to happen in the next few minutes. Alright, the ultimate Hellbane. I don't remember what voice I gave him. I actually took a break from recording for a couple days because I was pretty sick. Anyways, this is it, Barkley. This is where I wanted to take you. Nah, that wasn't his voice. I don't know, it doesn't matter. My voices aren't very good anyways. I'll just use my regular voice for him. What is this place? A sacred ball or tomb. Hold on, Barkley. He's coming through. Huh? Hellbane? Who's he? Who is he? What? Isn't that the same model from earlier of the hoops? This is my great-grandfather, LeBron James. Ultimate Hellbane! That means you're... I don't follow baseball, so... What? Baltheos James, the guy from before. And coincidentally, I actually gave him my normal voice, so that just works out. And I guess I should have realized face shape. Yeah, that was obviously just him in a veil. Yes, that's right. I'm Baltheos. Why didn't you tell me, Baltheos, if I had known? I didn't think you could handle it, Barkley. People say I'm Blood Moses, that I'm a terrorist and a murderer. I can let my best friend think that of me, but that's not why I brought you here. I want you to meet my great-grandfather, Charles. I have no idea what LeBron James sounds like, and I couldn't do his voice if I knew, so... LeBron, what happened? I haven't seen you since the purge. Hold on a second, what? So he's old enough for LeBron James to have a great-grandchild, but Charles Barkley is still alive and seemingly relatively young. But the timeline of this makes no sense. Anyways, that seems like so long ago, Charles. I don't have much time left. I can feel the doors of the B-ball dimension slowly closing, so I must speak quickly. Listen carefully, Barkley. I will only be able to tell you this once. Okay, LeBron. Dark forces are at foot. It's beautiful to say afoot, but at foot, Charles. The terrorist organization, Blood Moses, has some sort of power. Something that I can't quite explain. I am not sure of the nature of this power, but I am certain it is profoundly powerful. More powerful than anything this world has ever experienced. You recall the Space Jam, don't you, Barkley? Space Jam? What's that got to do with it? I cannot be certain, Charles, but I believe that Blood Moses, that's not all LeBron James sounds like, but has obtained the ultimate B-ball. The ball that you and the 4 other ballers are trapped in and are using it to... I'm not sure, Barkley. I can only understand the purposes of I cannot understand the purposes of a madman, but I can only see the evil coming of it. But the ultimate B-ball lost its powers when Jordan won the Space Jam. That is what I believed as well. It seems, though, that some of your power was trapped inside the ball and grew over time, grew to a point that even the Chaos Dunk is usable. Barkley, If there are madmen out there with the ability to use the chaos dunk, think of all the people at risk. Think of all the people that have already died because of them. Manhattan is destroyed! But how would he know that? He's a ghost who's been hanging out down here. No, I vowed long ago that nobody would ever suffer another chaos dunk. Something has to be done. Anything. But LeBron, what can we do? And the basketball they're talking about, you need to have watched the movie Space Jam. There was a scene where they touch this baseball and then their powers get drained. And by powers, I mean their ability to play basketball. And then the next few scenes, you see them just sucking at... Did I say baseball? Anyway, sucking at basketball. And they're actually fairly well acted for people who are not actors. Anyways. My time is fading. I can no longer maintain the connection from the people dimension. Look to the cyber dwarf. Look to the cyber dwarf. Okay, bye, LeBron James. Goodbye, LeBron. Barkley, I can hear rumbling. What the hell is that? Look out! Here comes a b-ball monster. B-balls! It's time to slam jam. Sure is. That's I think the boss battle music. This may be too epic for this kind of fight. Let's just do regular battle. I don't know. That makes more sense for this monster. Okay, so attack. Let's just use Albert Slash. 63. Deadly Jams. Okay, Showboat Jam. Get him. Speed up and 158 damage. Nice. That was pretty much all of our, whatever they're calling mana in this one, BP or something. Ball points, maybe? What happens if I use the Ice Sauber? Nice, 218 damage. That's even stronger than Barkley. Let's see, it was this. Nope. This button. 74. Alright. Wow, it has a lot of health. If it's strong too, we're in trouble. Okay, it's not very strong. Oh, wait. This one we... I was just tapping A, and that's not what you do for this. Alright, let's see how we've got. Nope, we're out of mana, so just regular attacks then. And he missed. I messed it up, so it's fine that I missed. Alright, it's nearly dead, and what is it doing? Just powering itself up, okay. We might get one more attack in before we're done, but this was kind of pathetic for a boss fight. At least they put in the work to do animations. That's not bad, I gotta say. This game is silly, but they did put in the effort. Level 3, Windzauber has been learned. And back to Catacombs.
We did it. We managed to beat the B-ball monster.
For a minute there, I didn't think we'd make it.
Are you kidding, Balthios? With the way you use those Zaubers, it's no wonder they call you the ultimate Hellbane.
Heh, I could be better. Hey, what's this?
It looks like a basketball.
This looks like my great-grandfather's basketball. It wasn't here just a second ago, Barkley. It must be his final farewell to you. His treasured b-ball more than anything. What? Oh, he treasured his b-ball more than anything, Charles. You'd better use it wisely.
I will, Balthios. I will.
Got 1 b-balls.
He said we should look for a cyber dwarf. What's that?
Good question. More like, who's that, Barkley? He's an old friend of my great-grandfather's and someone who could help us out greatly. Come on, we better get moving or Jordan will catch us. Oh, right. Michael Jordan is after us. Yeah, you're right. These are the sewers, Barkley. It's a dangerous place, so be careful and I better switch to sewer music.
Noted. Let's go.
Something I thought was going to happen back there that, I don't know, was the scene removed or... I was kind of watching a playthrough before this so I could pay attention to what music needed to be played, but we seem to have just skipped right past something I was expecting. Maybe it's for the best. It was slightly insensitive nowadays. Okay, I'm switched to Ice Sauber. And since I expect this to be kind of a long scene, I will tell that story I was going to tell earlier. Oh wait, NPCs and save point. I was expecting more random fights and stuff. Bleep, bloop, blip, blip.
What the hell is this? Looks like some kind of robot or something.
I can't tell if it's functioning properly if it's just making noises.
Yeah, let's leave this hunk of scrap metal and keep going.
Correction, I am a cyborg.
What?
You said that I was a robot. I corrected you, I am a cyborg. My name is... Scanning memory chip for name. Error. Cannot find name.
Well, your jersey has a number 15 on it. That was Vince Carter's number.
I don't know who that is. You also resemble Vince, except for the metal and circuitry all over your body, but he was lost in the purge. Scanning memory banks for Vince Carter. Yes, my name is Vince Borg 2050. I was created in 2052. Encountered error number. That. Cannot remember purpose. I am Vince Borg 2050 and my mission is... nothing. My god, this is Vince Carter. Vince! Do you remember me? It's me, Balthios James, the great-grandson of Ron James. Vince, tell me if you remember me. that art. Vince Borg. Processing. Balthios James. Found match. Yes, Balthios, I remember you. On the day you were born, your grandfather slam dunked you and said that you would go on to be a great man. You were a child when I balled for the Nets. That is correct. I used to be a baller. I played for the New Jersey Nets.
Amazing! He's regaining his memory.
Hold on. Sorry.
Vince Borg, do you remember me? I'm Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley. Entry found. One of the greatest slammers to have ever lived. Although his gems were a little lacking, he was also one of my best friends.
Vince, it's really you. I can't believe it. I thought you were lost in the purge.
Purge. The Great B-Ball Purge. Yes, I remember now. I died in the purge, but yes, I was rebuilt by someone. Someone rebuilt me.
Who rebuilt you? Who brought you back to life, Vince?
I do not remember.
Vince Borg, you have to come with us until you remember.
Yes, I will come with you, Charles. I must remember. Vince Borg has joined the party. Okay. That's right. Man, everything about him is ridiculous. Heck, still no hacking and vending machines. Buy items. What are we buying? Maybe an ecto cooler. B-ball shard might be good. Another insulin. I shouldn't have wasted the tobacco earlier. One tobacco. I'll grab another chup. These things. 1 second, let me get ready. This isn't a forum. I never thought I'd see such blatant trolling as I have in this forum. Step away from the computer, drop the ham sandwich, and back the frack off, Gaiden. That means foreigner in Japanese. I hate to use that word, but you've made me that serious. As hard as it may be for you to fathom, some of us here are actual fans of the Final Fantasy series pre-FFX and Square's work in general. You can try to bash me for an avatar that I bought because I happen to be a dedicated fan of perhaps the most poignant, painstakingly woven tapestry of love, loss, and vengeance ever to be put from pen to paper. But you would fail, just like all of you flamers do in real life. Who can say that the minds of Square Enix, note, appropriate portmanteau is Squenix, not the laughable Squeenix, were not inspired by the works of William Shakespeare or Chuck Palahniuk? Cloud's bastard sword is more akin with the bastard sons of Macbeth than does any armament or battle art of the time. The Honeybee Club in Midgar reminds me more of the fight clubs than any brothel. So please use your brain, not your sarcasm, and step up to the intellectual plate, leave this forum and take your haterade with you. I'm guessing they were riffing on an actual forum post some weirdo made. Otherwise, I don't get the joke. Alright, combat section. So, as soon as I figure out this guy's combat style, I will tell that story. It's a dumb story. Zauber Slash. Right, it changed because his element changed. That's interesting. And now we're dribbling an actual basketball. Weren't we always, though? I wasn't really paying attention to his weapon. Free throw. Missed. Free throw again. Okay, and how does he work? Load programs, macro firepower. Hellacious beam damage for a lot of mana, or action key, eye laser, left or right for attack animation. Oh, he's only got the one attack. Base accuracy, low damage. Move the target with direction keys while attacking to switch targets. Oh, weird. What is... Stroke. Oh, that's so dumb. As are these enemies. We've got a basketball spider and a whistle. So anyways, the story. I've been wanting to tell the story for a long time, and I wanted it to be the first one that I tell on YouTube. So, a long time ago, back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth, and I was a small child. A small children. I lived near a place called the Rodeo Grounds. It was a place obviously where they held rodeos. Strokes clear, nice. It was just this big dirt lot that went on for just blocks and blocks. It was absolutely massive, and to child me is probably bigger than it actually is in real life. But the point is, I was hanging out there with my friend, let's call him Trevor, on... Sorry, I had to check something real quick. Keep interrupting myself. Anyways, so, we were hanging out, and we had decided to have a squirt gun fight. And despite the fact that my family was kind of poor at the time, I still had a very nice squirt gun because I have no idea why my mother insisted on me having a nice one, but I did. And anyways, it was the type that you pump like a shotgun. And so after a while, my friend and I realized that two boys getting each other wet isn't as fun as it sounds. And we started to try and figure out what else to do while we were there at the rodeo ground with our squirt guns. Oh man, did I not say what the title of the story was? Oh, I totally did. I skipped it. That's like one of the best parts of the setup. Because people are always telling me not to tell this story. And I'm finally getting a chance to because nobody's here to stop me from telling it. The title of the story is The Horse Dick Story. Anyway, what? Weird. Anyways, so my friend and I, we don't know what to do with our squirt guns, and I had found this weird metal overhang that was near us. It was this weird, pointless roof, and I was annoyed with it for being pointless. So I tried to hit it with my squirt gun, and I came very close, like within an inch. But for some reason, I decided that I needed to pump my squirt gun much harder than it had been before. So I went at it for like an hour, not even exaggerating, just pumping that thing as hard as it could possibly be, at some point using two hands and holding it against myself like the world's worst and most giant masturbation session, I guess. I was gonna say hand job, but that doesn't make sense when it's one person doing it to themselves. Anyways. Animation. Anyways. So I pumped that thing harder than it had ever been pumped before, and I doubt anyone, no matter how strong they are, could have pumped it any further without breaking it. This looks like trouble. Sorry, I was just focused on the game. And I was trying to hit that metal thing, and at that point I was certain that not only was I going to hit it, I was going to blow a hole in it. And looking back on it now, I would not be surprised if that thing at least put a dent in the metal, because that was a very strong squirt gun. It was probably not really safe for children to be playing with. Anyways, so I'm about ready to use it. And my friend is like, wait, hold on. I have a better idea. And at first I was confused. I had no idea what he wanted to use it for because there was nothing there. We were at an empty rodeo ground. There were no people about, nothing set up. It was just dirt for miles. Not really miles, but a long ways. And this kind of ramshackle building that had kind of always been there, but it looked like it could fall over at any time. And so I was just like, okay, no idea what you're gonna do, but go for it. And so he walks off and turns around the corner in this kind of building thing. And we see something that I hadn't realized was there. There was this pen full of horses. And it's like, oh neat, horses. Maybe we can play with them or ask one if we can ride them or something. But my friend still had the squirt gun, and he says to me, "Watch this," and he takes the squirt gun and points it at a horse whose behind was towards us. And I tried to tell him not to do that, whatever he was about to do, but he didn't really listen to me. And so he took that fully charged squirt gun and sprayed it directly into that poor horse's dong. When that happened, that horse let out a sound. If anyone tells you horses can't scream, they're wrong. That horse was screaming its lungs out. And it was mad. We were very, very lucky in that moment because the horse reared its legs and kicked right at where we were standing. But luckily there was a metal fence and a bar right between us and the horse, so it ended up kicking the bar. But if that had been slightly positioned differently, its legs would have gone through the fence and kicked us both right in the heads. That would have been instant death. Horse kicks are very strong. Anyway, so this horse is just having a terrible time and letting everyone know. It is making all kinds of noise, and of course it had every right to be upset. It probably had a welt on it after that. And so it's making all kinds of noise, and we are starting to get worried. And then we hear people shouting, and that was a problem because we thought we were alone and nobody else was there. And I never did see the person. They were way off in the distance, but they started to realize that the horses were freaking out. So people started coming running over, and we're like, oh, I was about to say a swear word, but we're trying not to swear in this series because YouTube. So, oh darn, I guess. People are gonna come find us and find out what we did. So, I started running and following him, and I'm heading towards his house, but then he starts to veer off to the side, and I'm like, where the heck are you going? We can just go to your house, they won't catch us. But he doesn't stop and just keeps going off to the side to who knows where. And eventually we get where we're going. It was a good ways away. I'm not sure I was even able to see it from our original position. But there was this, I'm not sure what you call it. It's the back of a dump truck, but turned over on his back in the sand. And there was a part under it where the ground was disturbed, where he'd clearly dug under it before, almost as if he'd planned this whole thing and was preparing a place to hide. This game. Anyways, so he runs and digs through his little hole that kind of looked like a dog had dug it out, and I followed in after him. Luckily, we had not been seen, but we were worried that we might have been. So we did our best to stay quiet, not to laugh or say anything or even whisper, because inside of there, probably the metal was so thick that you couldn't hear the noises we were making from the outside. But it also, wow, created an echo so intense that even our whispering was very loud. And if I recall correctly, even my heartbeat was just very, very noisy. So we stayed there for hours trying to hide from the people who came to check on the horses. Trying our best not to speak, not to laugh, not to even breathe. And eventually we came out of there, and it was dark outside, and we'd started when it was still fairly early in the afternoon. So So we finally get back to his house, and we find the cops waiting there for us. And I was really worried that they had found out what we'd done and were coming to arrest us. I was still young enough to think that little kids could get arrested. I didn't know better. We were maybe like 7 or 8 at the time, at the oldest. Anyway, so I think we're in huge trouble, which we were, just differently. And it turned out that I think it was my mom who had called the cops when she had come to pick me up, and I wasn't there, and my friend's family didn't know where we were. Or I might have failed to mention at the start of the story, since I was with my friend, I'd been at his house. He was closer to the rodeo grounds than I was. Might have skipped that detail, sorry. Anyway, so, my friend's house. So, his parents had no idea where we were. I think they had gone to the rodeo grounds looking for us, but of course, nobody found us under the overturned dump truck thing. And so the cops were called, and we were in trouble. But luckily, nobody ever found out about what we did. And this is probably the first time since it happened that anyone has spoken of it. I don't know if my friend would even remember that incident. Because as I said, it was, back in dinosaur times. I.e., I think the 90s? And yes, I am that old, despite how my voice sounds. And also, despite how long ago it was, I still feel bad about my role in that. Animal cruelty is never funny, never good, never something that should happen. We were little kids and didn't know better, but still, and I would not have, I like to think I had a little more sense in my friend, and I would not have prepared it to be used if I knew that's what he was going to use it for. Because that was pretty uncool. I'm just thinking about how weird it is that that's such a long time ago now. The 1930s are to us now basically how the 1960s were to us when I was a little kid. I don't think of myself as being that old, but I guess I am. Anyways, point of the story is don't trust your friends with your powerful squirt gun, and don't be mean to animals. Oh, this guy's got the glaucomas. What do I do? It's one of these. Chup? Yeah, Chup helps with the glaucomas. There we go. I guess I should buy some more. Oh man, it's so much harder to actually tell stories while you're trying to pay attention to what's going on and trying to remember the details of the story when you're recording or streaming. Because I've told that story many times in preparation for telling it on YouTube or Twitch or whatever. Right now this will just be YouTube. And I didn't stumble over the details that much. Anyways, we've reached, I think over half an hour now, but I would like to make at least a little more progress before I end this video, so let's maybe get to the next room, see an event or something. Because I've moved like 2 rooms and killed 1 boss. We'll never get through the game at this rate. Alright, so we're still low on mana. I probably should have bought some mana items, but I think we're fine for now. Start key. That's a slightly annoying sound, but a very good attack. Let's try this ability. Multiple fiends with your laser. This one. Maximum firepower. There we go. Hellacious beam damage. Oh dang, that is strong. That's a lot of Neo Shekels. Oh, and I should be changing it to battle music. Sorry about that. I was so focused on the story that, what is this?
Halt! Who are you and why are you here, Screech?
Nah, that's not a good voice for that. I'm just gonna not. My voice is, kinda strained today.
What are you?
Charles! Heh, I can forgive your ignorance. This time. I am a human being just like you, but you're a vulture. But I have shed the entrapments of my human form and have embraced my animal side. On the surface world, I was called Aaron Barber. I don't know who that is, but I'm assuming it's a basketball player. But here I am known as Atheos Silverwind, Vulture Master of the Night. We moved here because of the persecution up above. We never knew that they would hurt us like that after the surgery.
Surgery? Oh, you're one of those animal people, aren't you?
Barkley. I apologize, Sir Atheos. We're travelers looking for the cyber dwarf. I have heard he lives in this village and we need to see him.
Cyber dwarf? Ah, the newcomer. Yes, he lives here, but we hardly see him. He's a real recluse, and I think it's because he's ashamed of his appearance. We don't judge here. Get out of my way.
I think actually the music changes to this here. I could be wrong.
I'll be watching you.
Nah, I'd rather you didn't, you weirdo. Is this a furry village? Jay Lindsay. Is that supposed to be someone? Hi there, welcome to Cesspool X. I am Jay Lindsay, a humble kitsune. I hope we can get along. I love it when newbies come to our town. I love welcoming people. May I ask your name?
It's Barkley.
Then Barkley, I hereby officially welcome... What? You? They forgot the word you, I think. Welcome you to Cesspool X. It's a tiny little town, but I hope you enjoy it here as much as we do. Why would you call yourselves that? Guthrie.
Hello, travelers. Ah, that look on your face, you must be wondering why we have a full armory here in our village.
While all of us endorse and encourage non-violent methods of dealing with conflicts, there are many above ground who do not share our views. Every few months we'll get a raid from the surface. Usually they don't cause too much trouble. A few rocks or bottles thrown, and maybe a few of us will go to bed with bruises. Every once in a while, however, their hatred will be too great, their attacks too violent. On more than one occasion, these weapons you see have saved our lives. It's regrettable that we must use them, and clearly against our principles, but to save the life of one of my brothers or sisters here in the sewers, to save the life of one of my comrades, if it comes to that, I'd gladly give up those principles. Oh man, this guy talks as much as the pumps. It pains me to think that I might ever have to hurt any living being, but everyone here is family to me. I will do anything to protect them, even if it means taking up arms. In the meantime, though, I suppose I'll just pray it never comes to that. Okay, shut up, dude. Is this... It totally is. The guy from the old Cartoon Network show with the banjo, and he was a horse. What was it called again? Something about a horse and a banjo. That's... He 100% looks like that. Weapons, huh? We need them for the norms. I mean, I guess that's something you can call normal people. Most people would say normies, I guess. I guess norms is also fine. It's Both are weird to say. I guess you need them for the sewers, or that tomb off the newcomer's place. Anyway, I've got what you want. Do you, though? Really? An immediate upgrade on the B-ball, even though they just made a big deal about it. And why don't we have as much money as I thought we did? Nah, I did spend a lot of it on healing items. Let's see. Thunder's Albert. Yeah, sure, he can make good use of that. Oh, he uses meatballs as well. That's a bit worrying. Dwarf Pride, an ancient muscle forged of dwarf gold. Right, that'll be for the Cyber Dwarf, who I'm guessing is our last party member. Trenchcoat. He could use a little defense, I suppose. Referee uniform. Yeah, we need that. What about him? He's good enough for now. Sweatband. Lose speed, so no. A little bit of brain. Does he need brain? I don't know which one his thing scales off. Ace bandage. For Vinceborg. For expression, ice it when you get home. But why would he need a bandage? He's a cyborg. I mean, I guess he's not fully a robot. So, but he'd lose speed too, so no. How about Balthios? He loses his brain. Nah. I could take another referee uniform, I suppose. It's not really necessary, but we don't want to lose any stats. If that's it, then scram. I've got nothing else for you. Okay, dog. Grr, woof woof. Good boy, or girl. And that is just straight up Yogi Bear. Chip. See that dog in Nikes over there? I've only seen him talk out of character, OOC, once. He sure loves his bones, though. I bet if you got him real delicious bone, he'd talk to you. Maybe he'd even give you those sweet kicks. Those Nikes. I gotta get those Nikes. Okay, so the dog will give me Nikes in exchange for a bone. And what is this even supposed to be? Zalatar. It's funny how far away from the best day of my life seems from here. What's that supposed to mean? Look at this place. It's a literally. They said you should never be afraid to be yourself, but I guess that's only if you're like them. I wasn't like them at all, and look where I am now. I'm hiding for my life in the sewers, but you know what? I hid just as much when I was back up there. But I wasn't hiding from them, I was hiding from myself. You know what? I'd rather be hiding from them than from me. Does that make any sense to you? I don't know what you're talking about. Let me ask you something, Charles. What are you? Me? I'm Charles Barkley. I know that, but what are you? What are you deep down at the core of your soul? A baller. But when was the last time you played b-ball? Back before the purge. That was 12 years ago, Charles. I guess you're not really a baller then. You shut up. You have no right to say that. That's my point, though. Down here, I can always be who I really am. A turkey, and nobody can... How is that a turkey? Nobody can stop me. Sure, I'm hiding from them, but I'm not hiding from myself. You? You're hiding from yourself. Every day you hear the gentle calling of that bumpy orange ball. You hear Spaulding quietly beckon you. Barkley, bounce me. But you don't. You don't because of them. B-ball's in your blood. Why did this get weirdly sexual? That sounded very... What is up with this guy? In your blood, Barkley, but you don't admit it because they don't want you to. You're hiding from yourself. You're wrong. Heh, so be it, Barkley. Maybe I am. Or maybe I'm apparently supposed to be a turkey? How, though? There's nothing left to say, nothing you can learn from me. You don't see what we have in common, you only see our differences. Your people and my people have nothing in common. Then leave, Barkley. I have nothing to say. What the hell is this place? Alright, pump. One last one in this video. We've already gone on too long. Oh, for fuck's sake. The differences between Japanese and American VidCon consumers are as blatant as the differences between seasons 1 and 2 of Otomoe wa Boku ni Koishiteru, and not to my fellow Otome wa Boku ni Koishiteru enthusiasts. Whereas the Japanese VidCon consumer is informed and is discriminating in his or her purchases and endeavors, his American counterpart acts as a foil, stumbling blindly through the VidCon department at Kmart, groping for their first VidCon with enough explosions or memories on the cover to slake their slavering decidedly non-textual lusts. Their hunger for Western garbage such as Madden and Halo is fueled by an almost subhuman ignorance that is profound in the rest of their lives as in their choosing of VidCons. This disgusting display of American mass stupidity is no doubt the result of Christian indoctrination, adding another point on the list of reasons why the Japanese are more intelligent than the West, as contemptuous Western culture has left its people little more than the switch cheese brains and undeniable urge for repeat football VidCons. Okay. And that's, what was he called? Droopy Dog? A lot of these are just old Cartoon Network characters. I was going to quit here, but I wanted to see what he'd call himself. Oh right, no, it's Huckleberry Hound. That's right. Droopy Dog's a different one. He's got white fur. Yeah, this was Huckleberry Hound. Man, those were ancient when I was young. Or at least they seemed that way. They looked old. Maybe they were from the 90s, in the 90s. I don't know. No, they couldn't have been. Doesn't matter. You know, sometimes people ask me why I chose to get Huckleberry Hound plastic surgery, and I can only give them an answer. It's not because I'm afraid they'll dislike me or think I'm a freak or anything. It's that I just can't pinpoint an answer. I mean... Sorry, I'm getting hiccups. Probably a good time to stop. Yeah, the sexual attraction was always there, but I don't think that's really it. My dad was an alcoholic. He was never really there. He was always wasting his time and money at the bar. Before he left for the bar, he was always telling me, "You stay there and watch that TV, and if you're not there when I get back, well, boy, there'll be hell to pay." So I watched the TV. My favorite show was Huckleberry Hound. I just loved that dog, the way he talked, the way he sang and danced. They flipped out a D. It was great. I guess I looked at Huckleberry Hound as the father I never had. I mean, he taught me how to ride a bike, he taught me how to swim, he taught me everything. But I just want to be like Huckleberry Hound. I didn't just want to be like Huckleberry Hound, I wanted to be him. Well, here I am, Huckleberry Hound. This is me, this is who I was born to be. Did he teach you any of those things? I don't recall that happening, but of course, I didn't see every single episode of whatever show he was on. Okay, we're gonna save and then really end it for real. Alright. Thank you for joining me. Please tune in. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to resume daily uploads. Thanks for listening to my very weird and badly told story. Thank you for watching, and have a good day or night.